Good morning and happy Monday. Hope you're all well, and I have really just been thinking this morning about our thoughts, about our words and our responses and how we can react. And it all comes from the initial thought. So as we know that we have been really delving into the declarations and the really the thinking and what we're thinking, we have really been going through this for the last 5 or so years. And yes, it's a daily process and things can take time. Things can truly take time. So when we initially have a thought, then we can either really dwell on this thought and then it can carry on. This thought could carry on for however long you are going to allow the thought to arise in your mind. And then this can then build emotion, this can then build up how you react and how you respond to people and in situations and actually what you do. And my question to you today is your response, and is your thinking a fear-based thinking, or is it a faith-based thinking? Are you thinking along the lines of, I'm very thankful and I have so much gratitude today of what God has done within my life. I know that I have a great future ahead of me. I know that I'm blessed. I know that even if I don't understand and maybe my carnal is really wanting something else, that in the spiritual, God is in control and what is being spoken over my life is going to become? Or are you fear-based and thinking, well, if I don't do this, then this is going to happen, or what if this doesn't work out and my finances aren't matching up to what it should be, and there's so much negative speaking around me, and my relationships don't seem the best. Where is your mindset? Is your mindset today on the and worrying about different situations and things that could go on? That actually, are you worrying yourself to and ruining your day? Because the devil doesn't need to take away your calling in your life. But if he takes away your focus and if he distracts you all the time, then indirectly you're doing it to yourself. What are you allowing in? What are you allowing to distract you? What are you allowing to so you're not growing? Are you allowing the great works of God to really be manifested within your heart and your mind? Are you really seeing a faith-filled life? Or are you letting your thoughts, and the many things that the many distractions that we can have? There's so many distractions in this world, especially with phones, social media, other people's opinions. Everyone's can be very opinionated, and a lot of people are very negative. A lot of people can put you down. A lot of people can really try and they can mock you and laugh at you, but that's not a reflection of you. And sometimes we need to all the time, seeing from God's perspective, can really see that these people don't understand, and that even though, but what are you allowing to affect you? Are you allowing all the things that people may say, the sniggering, the laughing, the if this is happening, the negative words, the reality of their world, of what's in their mind, affect you? Or are you affecting them with your faith-filled words that actually, I'm going to come from God's narrative, I'm going to be bold, I'm not going to sit back and listen to the world's narrative, because that I listened to the world's narrative my whole life, and that's why, or for however long you weren't born again for, and it did me no good. I was still sat in worry, fear, and I was still doubting every situation. I was still speaking from my mouth what I see in the reality, rather than what I can actually see within my mind. I can actually see God faith within my mind. You can see faith within your mind. And what are you seeing and what are you saying? Because if your heart is full of real love, joy, that actually you may come from this narrative, but I'm coming from on high. I'm coming from what my God is saying. This isn't Becky, and this isn't, whoever you may be, saying this from my own mind. I'm saying this because I know God has brought me out of situations, and his reality is much more stronger. His reality is so much more truer, that actually what God says is real, and will take you out of the muck and the mire. It will truly take you out from the pit, and actually you are able to then see light of your situations. You're actually able to really then put yourself into God's perspective. You're actually able to God navigates things, and it's amazing how it works. He navigates things, So for instance, I was really encouraged to slow down. Okay, slow down and not be so busy. And then within that, you learn patience. You can really get your thoughts together. And when someone says slow down to you, maybe ask them, what do you mean by slowing down? Slowing down in the way I'm doing things, slowing down in my mind, slowing down in my thoughts. And when you actually get, what do you mean by that? And you're getting the true answer of what God is what God is saying to you directly from man on earth, because God works through his people. So the Spirit of God lives within us, and then we speak from God gives us the words, and then we speak. And it's up to you whether you're going to take that as words of man or you're going to take it as words of God. I think there's a within ministry, you and what we do, then you need to build up trust with your people too. But you will see, because for me, I always had a very good relationship with my ministers. I truly seen their heart, and God really gave me the best, which I'm very thankful for. And the words spoken have been life-changing, because I've prayed and I'm like, God, I'm really not understanding this point, or where am I going wrong, or what do I need more of, or etc. And then I'll go for my one-on-one, which I do every week. And like, I haven't spoken to anyone about this but God, and then these things just the things come up that is needed for me to then navigate the situations, and God answers by his people, because he knows, of course, when you're speaking to him, he knows what you need. The person who, say the ministers, they might not necessarily know what you need, but God will give you the words, and he will navigate you and show you how everything fits like a hand in a glove within the word. Like I was having a great conversation with my friend yesterday, and we were just really talking about the patience and the love of God. And if we really learn patience, then everything, like true patience, we would then be able to, everything would just be really great. It would be a walk in the park, because it is about really being patient, knowing God's timing, and that we don't then need to be during that patient period of getting the answer, then we are learning to we're really learning to trust God within this. It is so amazing how even the slightest word, slow down, can bring so much more. It can, when you act and you do, when you actually hear something, you're going to say, actually, this, even if you don't understand, this really is making sense, and I'm going to really do this and take action on the words spoken, and then you will see God be able to manifest such great things within your life. So, but it all comes from that one thought, because at first you can hear something. So, as the internet is absolutely raging at the minute, you could hear a reel, you could see a reel, and this reel could easily really bless you. And then, maybe one of God's people have spoken in this reel, and it's really caught your eye. It grabbed hold of your heart. So, and then that thought, then you're dwelling on the great thought, and then you can act and say, right, I really want more of this. I want to go ahead, and I really want to hear, and I want to listen what these people have got. I want to know, not people, but what God has got through his people, and when you act upon the words and the greatness of God, then your life will truly change of how it needs to change. It could only be, your life could only need small changes. Not everyone has huge need, but everyone has a huge need in their heart for God, because that's how God made us, that's how God formed us, that there's a special place for God, and only God, within your heart. So you'll never be fulfilled. I will always say that you will never be fulfilled unless you've got the love of God in your heart, because that God can do things that no man can, that you will have the satisfaction, you will have the clarity of thinking, you will, God gives you answers that no man can. And when you pray prayers and God answers you, you really do start, your faith begins to build and build and build. And I've had, we are on the 9th of December, and I've had such a faith-filled year. This year has been, I made a couple of mistakes, and as we do in life, which is no problem, but God always wins, and God will always build you up to God will always build you up to be confident enough to become the person that He's called you to be. And at first, like, it was when I went to my ministers, at first I was like this. My anxiety was all over the place. I didn't cope very well. I wasn't coping very well. And then bit by bit, day by day, really listening, really learning. It took time. It really did take time. But as I dwelt more into God and I dwelt more into the things of Him, then He was able to bring me out of the muck and the mire that I was in within my mind. Are you in muck and mire in your mind? Are you living by faith? Are you living by fear? And that is the question today. What are your thoughts? Your thoughts matching the faith in your heart, and are your words matching up to what you truly believe? Or are you really being dumbed down by other people's, the world's reality and other people's views and opinions, and actually not the truth? Because the truth will set you free. And are these people that may be laughing, sniggering, or not being very kind, or whatever, are they how is their mindset? Are they set free? Are they living by the truth? And this is the question for you today, just to think of. What are the people around you? Are you affecting them, or are they affecting you? Because God wants us to affect everyone, and when we do, then we certainly see that everything matches up. And really just pray everything, and see God go to work for you. So happy Monday. God bless you.